Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. It's very good to see you. As we head into the Diwali weekend, ladies and gentlemen, there have been multiple dhamakas in Karnataka. Political fulgeries actually that have kept one of India's most developed states in the headlines through this week. Headlines that are begging the question, is the Congress government so touchy about any criticism that it's not even sparing the state's most high-profile citizens? Well, it started with Kiran Mazumdar and now has Narayana and Sudha Murthy in the mix as well. A day after the Infosys founder refused to take part in the government-sponsored Caste survey, the entire state cabinet has come down on them like a ton of bricks. One minister cast aspersions on Sudha Murthy, who is a Rajya Sabha member nominated by the Modi government, and asked if she would similarly refuse to take part in the central survey that will be beginning very soon. Today, the Chief Minister echoed the same sentiment, saying just because they are Infosys doesn't mean they know everything. Listening to the CM and his cabinet that for a moment didn't even stop to think that they are actually attacking the founders of Karnataka's largest company and the state's largest IT employer. And just by the way, the state government itself has said that the survey is voluntary.
Infosys ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಅವರು ಬೃಹಸ್ಪತಿನಾ? ಸಿ ನಾವು 20 ಸಾರಿ ಹೇಳಿದೀವಿ, ಇದು ಹಿಂದುಳಿದವರು ಸಮೀಕ್ಷೆ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತಾ? ಇದು ಇಡೀ ಪಾಪ್ಯುಲೇಷನ್ ಸಮೀಕ್ಷೆ.
Caste census is a government initiative. First of all, it's a survey which includes a lot of other information also. It is surprising that a member of parliament says such things. Obviously, I think it is an inspiration from other BJP leaders or the court direction saying it is voluntary. But more is expected of people like them.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, this coordinated attack on one of Bengaluru's most respected couples wasn't a one-off. Kiran Mazumdar, one of India's richest self-made women, came under attack as well. Why? Well, because she dropped an infra-truth post and wondered why investment would come to a city that can't even fix its roads and potholes and its garbage. She was citing a conversation with a foreign investor who was aghast at the state of Bangalore's infrastructure. Well, Ms. Shaw got massive support online from citizens, but the government did not take the criticism well. And so again, the Congress unleashed its ministers. One said it's striking how Kiran Mazumdar Shaw's outrage is reserved only for Karnataka, but not for any BJP-ruled state. Priyank Kharge asked her which part of Bangalore did she actually see. He also said if such posts were put up in UP or Maharashtra, Kiran Mazumdar Shaw would have been arrested by now.
You can't match Karnataka, Bangalore infrastructure, Bangalore human resources. Them, they are marketing themselves. Let them do whatever they want. Every day I am receiving how many leaders from different part of the world.
Why do they have to fight on Twitter when I'm just a call away? When I'm available on messages, when I'm available for RSS on messages and calls, why will I not be available for corporates? Let me see this happen in Mumbai. Let me see this happening in UP. Let me see this happening in Madhya Pradesh. That person will be in jail.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, this has been a week when the Congress government in Karnataka has opened multiple fronts. With the RSS trying to get its activities banned, with Andhra Pradesh that has scored a $15 billion investment with Google, and now with some of India Inc.'s biggest leaders. The BJP is calling this the emergency mindset of the Congress that wants to bully every voice that criticizes it.
Every citizen has got his own rights. They say she is right. Even I asked, if you are asking my caste, you ask caste and go. Because you need not ask my Aadhaar card, what is my income, how many cows I got, political party. Why you want? If you came for a caste survey, then ask a caste and get out.
And so, ladies and gentlemen, the question is this. Is the Congress in Karnataka way too touchy about criticism, even from the best and the brightest in the state? Or are the counter questions that they are asking about criticizing only the Congress, but never Prime Minister Modi, legit as well? That is my question this evening. Anand Gurumurthy, spokesperson of the BJP, joining us on the broadcast. JVC Sriram is a political strategist with us as well. Both of them will be batting on the same team. Thank you very much. Professor Divya Kiranjeevan is a social worker. He's also a professor, joining us from Bangalore, smiling. Because once again we are talking about Bangalore's crumbling infrastructure, and he's someone who has played a pivotal role in, spotlighting it. And we have Mr. Sivanna, spokesperson of the Congress Party, joining us on the broadcast as well. Hi Sivanna, good evening, good to have you on the show. If you want to stabilize your camera, do you want to stabilize your camera, or are you fine?
No, I'm fine, thank you.
Achha,
it's always a good thing to be on your show, but I apologize because I'm in the car.
No hassles at all. After all, we are getting into the Diwali weekend and everyone has stuff to do. Sivanna, I think obviously I will come to you first then.
Yes.
Here are two of the most prominent Bangaloreans that we are talking about. One is exercising her right of choice and saying, I don't want to be part of your caste survey. The other is saying that something that every citizen of Bangalore says, that why will anyone want to come and invest in a city that can't even fix its road and garbage? Now, these are absolutely legitimate concerns on one side and legitimate criticism on the other side. Why has the Congress government overreacted? In governance, how can you be so touchy?
Yes, to answer your question, Kiran Mazumdar and Srimati Sudhamurthy are dealing with two separate issues.
Correct. Let's start with Sudhamurthy.
Yes. Insofar as Sudhamurthy ji is concerned, we have no qualms with the fact of whether she wants to participate in the survey or not, because it is purely voluntary. The Honorable High Court has also stated that. But the remarks that she made and gave reasons for not participating in the survey clearly exposes that she hasn't understood the basic fundamentals of why the survey is being conducted. Her reasoning is, I don't belong to the backward caste, therefore the survey is of no use. So I would like to tell her through your show, Madam, this is a survey being conducted by the Backward Classes Commission, not a survey just of the backward classes. The Backward Class Commission endeavors to carry out a survey of the entire populace and then ensure who amongst each community is backward. Firstly, the distinction between caste and class. My only reservation with her is, being of such stature, being a member of Rajya Sabha, if you cannot understand the basic fundamentals of why a backward class commission is there in the first place, that is the qualm that the Congress government has. This commission has existed. This commission has existed since time immemorial. They have been conducting this survey four times, 5 times it has been conducted. Now the Indra Sahni's judgment is clear that in case the government wants to provide welfare policies, you must carry out a survey. You need empirical data. Just one point. Anybody who opposes the survey is opposing the constitution. Anyone who opposes the survey is opposing data, thereby opposing social justice. This basic fundamental understanding, I expected Srimati Sudhamurthy to have. If she doesn't have it, it's perfectly all right. We don't require your participation. We will go ahead either way.
If you don't require her participation, if in any case, Sivanna, the government of Karnataka has said it is voluntary, why are you coming down on her like a ton of bricks? That is the question I'm asking you. She may have a reasoning. She's saying, I don't belong to the backward class. I don't need to be part of that survey. You may feel that is, that is a wrong assumption. She also has concerns about privacy of her data. Every citizen in this country has concerns about privacy about her data, irrespective of what her concerns is. If the survey is voluntary, then why criticize her and say ki acha, abhi Modi government is also going to do a survey. Let's see how you come out and say that I will not participate in it. You're essentially saying she's criticizing Karnataka because there's a Congress government here, but will not do the same for Narendra Modi. In fact, that is the tone in which every one of your cabinet ministers has spoken, not just about her, but also about Kiran Mazumdar.
No, legally speaking, just to make the legal position clear, when the central government carries out a caste census, and if you choose not to participate, you will be subject to legal penal provisions. The socio-economic survey, on the other hand, is a good initiative. It is to ensure that we uplift the backward and provide policies for them. Now, it is good for any state to understand the reality of the society. If you participate, it helps the society. If you choose not to participate, well and good. It is your decision. That is the reservation. That's it. And insofar as
I understand the reservation.
Yes.
I'm asking you specifically on the tone and the tenor. I'll come to everyone else. I just want to get the Congress's position clear. I am questioning you on the tone and tenor that has been used against Karnataka's highest IT employer and Karnataka's most valuable company.
No,
you have essentially said she is pro-Modi and anti-Congress.
No, we are not making any statements
here
of who is politically...
No, one second. Here Priyanka Kharge, here Santosh Lats, see what they have said.
No, see what has
what your own Chief Minister has said.
What has the Honorable Chief Minister said? He says if you don't understand what the essence of a socio-economic educational survey is, I can't help you. That is the tone that everybody is following. And insofar as Kiran Mazumdar Shah is concerned, I must say this. If I belong to an institution, she is not any common man or a layman. If I belong to an institution, I hold a high position with that institution. If I see the institution committing a wrong, the first thing I do is pick up my phone, call the higher management and say, please look into this issue, as opposed to ranting on social media. That is the only small advice that I can give her.
No, you know, the fact is that woman generates 16,000 jobs in your state.
But the state...
She is someone who has spent hundreds of crores of rupees in the city of Bangalore for CSR, 65 crore rupees to build a metro station. That's the woman you are talking about.
Let me just say this. We have great respect for the women.
Anand, no, if you had great respect, this is not what the reaction would have been.
Anand, we have great respect for Kiran Mazumdar Shah. She has contributed immensely to Karnataka, but so has Karnataka also contributed to Kiran Mazumdar Shah. I hope she remembers that.
Anand Gurumurthy, spokesperson of the BJP, would you want to come in here? Priyank Kharge is very upset. He's saying, Arey, I'm always available on the phone. If she had a problem with Bangalore's roads and garbage, she should have just called me. The point is this government has been in power for 2.5 years. The point is citizens on social media every day in the last 2.5 years have been saying fix the roads. So has Kiran Mazumdar Shah. But should she have simply called instead of ranting on social media as it were, as the BJP, as the Congress is saying?
See, let me just clarify one thing. A cruel and a very, very, very corrupt administration is always scared of the surprises that may come when they are implementing certain schemes with cruelty and also with an, like the roads that are in Bangalore. They are really cruel to the citizens. While this survey that we are telling from the day one that this is some kind of a survey just to collect some money or something, because there was already a survey that was thrown away and 200 plus crores were spent. So basically a cruel and a corrupt system is always scared about such surprises coming from citizens. Now we have seen this in the past in history. When Britishers attacked Kittur Rani Chennamma came out and she just gave a surprise to the British and defeated them. Similarly, when Hyder Ali attacked the Chitradurga fort, Obawa, she came out of nowhere. She was serving food to her, husband and came out of nowhere, attacked Hyder Ali forces, killed many of them, and completely, won the war for the Chitradurga fort people. So now these two women are like today's Shreya Dhoundiyal and Kiran Mazumdar Shah. They have come out and they have bashed this government. They have told the truth and they have told the truth and stood by the truth. And these people are not able to digest. Just like the Britishers and others who are, who are trying to be cruel and corrupt. These are the Congress government in Karnataka is caught in a loop now, and they are not coming out of the loop anytime because they don't have any honest policies to serve the citizens of this state.
Okay. Mr. Gurumurthy, one of the things that the cabinet, Karnataka cabinet has said is this, and you've just heard Priyank Kharge as well. He's saying that if this criticism, if Kiran Mazumdar Shah's criticism and Sudha Murthy's defiance were coming in states that are BJP ruled, and he's mentioned two of them, and for a specific reason, Uttar Pradesh and Maharashtra, then possibly these two ladies would be in jail, especially Kiran Mazumdar Shah. Now, point is, he does have a point. Let's just go back into history. Is it or is it not true that a YouTuber who was demanding accountability from her own MLA was sent to jail in the state of Uttar Pradesh? Did it happen or not, sir? Then there was another young person in Maharashtra again sent to jail because that person said that Operation Sindoor was a radical step. So the point is, if you are accusing the Congress government of not being able to take criticism, the fact is that is absolutely true for BJP governments as well.
Very, very good question, and very nice that you asked it. Because see, they are making apple to apple comparison, trying to make two things look the same. But no. See, whenever a criticism is made, and the kind of criticism made by Sudha Murthy ji or Kiran Mazumdar, both of them have used very civilized language. They have been very nice, very civilized language, and they are trying to come up with certain civic issues and certain issues in the social economic survey, which are, very, very legitimate, number one. Number two, the language they use, very civil language, very good way of presenting it. This is something which is important that citizens learn and they enumerate so that governments listen to them. While you are comparing it to issues, the congressmen basically are trying to compare it to issues wherein very cruel language was used, or national security related details were being exposed. Such kind of things.
When a YouTuber is arrested for asking his MLA, you promised all of this before an election and you have not delivered it. He's asking for accountability. How's that interfering in India's national interest? What are you saying? When a 19-year-old engineering student in Maharashtra only says, doesn't do anything, only says that Operation Sindoor was a radical step, you put her in jail. Are Baba, even the High Court criticized the BJP for it. My point is, people who live in glass houses should not be throwing stones at others.
I am not trying to say anything against the Honorable High Court or anything. See, one second. When there is this thing which, any operation like that is happening, against a country, we must, as citizens, use the right language, right? Because, see, there is an emotion attached to it, There were attacks on our citizens, innocent citizens who were tourists. And there was,
Mr. Gurumurthy, the only sentiment attached was of politicians whose big egos got hurt.
That situation, let me complete.
Just like big egos have got hurt here in Karnataka when two women have said no, one to the survey and the other one has stated the truth.
No, please don't. Again, Sneha, don't get confused like the Congress people. Don't get confused by the Congress narrative here. See, you have to compare. You have to take it by issue basis, on issue by issue basis. It is very clear.
I'm very happy on one day I get criticized by the Congress party for peddling BJP's narrative. On the other day, the BJP spokesperson saying I'm getting confused with the Congress's narrative. Anyway, can I just get a citizen voice here?
Let me complete. She had given a narrative. See. No, wait a second. See, freedom of speech is good, but at the same time,
this only indicates that you are unbiased.
Clearly says that.
One tries. Professor Dhaiya, can I just get in?
No. See, wait a second, Shreya. Let me give a clear understanding here. So, see, Sudha Murthy ji wrote whatever she wrote on a survey paper, and that was exposed. Imagine the Aadhaar card numbers that they are collecting. Now, she is talking about that issue. Now, if you compare that with an issue where somebody is speaking wrong things about an operation conducted by the country's armed forces and some kind of
which means in this country we don't have freedom to speak if that speech is against the government. That is what you are saying, Professor.
This is not at all a fair comparison.
Professor Kiran Mazumdar. You are not letting citizens speak on the show. What is this, Mr. Gurumurthy? Let me pull in some citizens as well. Professor Kiran is joining us on the broadcast. He has been smiling all through.
I'm not letting any of us speak, actually, Sneha.
That's what my mother also says. She says I sometimes speak more than the panelists. Anyhow, that's a criticism I accept. I'll try and do better after Diwali. Professor Divya, can I ask you this? My favorite in this entire story is Santosh Lad, the Labour Minister of your state. He says, even if you become chief minister, you cannot fix potholes overnight. We accept there are problems. You need to wait till the work is completed and then question us. He is also saying, why is Kiran Mazumdar not holding the union government equally accountable for Bangalore's civic mess? What do you make of that?
Yeah, Mr. Thank you so much again for having me online. There is no compromise to infrastructure in this state. I think that is one thing that we must remember, that infrastructure is very important. And this is not the first time Dr. Shaw has raised this issue. You know, she has raised this issue many times. And I have been following her, and I know that she's been a very active citizen in Bangalore, and she's been raising this voice. Why criticize now? I don't understand. But I think what she said is a very, very important point. She's telling the truth that Bangalore has no compromise when it comes to infrastructure development. And and the thing is, I'm happy she said what she said. And I think as a government, as people, we must respect her opinion because it's the truth. You know, there is a serious problem. And I think we should not compromise on the quality of infrastructure, that too in a city like Bangalore. There is no compromise. And I think that is what Dr. Shaw has been trying to say, that you have to fix this problem. Let's not keep debating, because there's no end to these debates. But fixing the problem is the ultimate.
Okay. Just coming here, JVC, you know, we've heard from Santosh Lad, we've heard from Priyank Kharge. They seem to be very upset that Kiran Mazumdar has spoken out. The fact is, she's been speaking out for the last 2.5 years. The fact is that the BJP government has been in place for the last 2.5 years. The fact also is that Bangalore's potholes, however much money you may, pour into them, never seem to get fixed. Bangalore's garbage never seems to get collected. Now, if citizens are telling you where you are going wrong, why can the government not see it as constructive criticism? Is the simple question I'll ask you.
Good evening, Shreya, and good evening, my fellow panelists. The fact of the matter is, forget about Karnataka government. I think all state governments must be held accountable and responsible for the infrastructure, whether it is a BJP government or a NDA government or a Congress government. I think the citizens of this country have a lot of expectations because there is an aspirational class which is coming up. And this aspirational class certainly wants a better infrastructure. I can tell you, when I went to Hyderabad in the year 1998, when I shifted from Chennai to Hyderabad, 1998 to 2003, what I saw in Hyderabad was a fantastic development. And cleaning used to happen right in the morning. So what we expect from the chief ministers are nothing but, basic concern that the infrastructure must be developed, garbage must be cleared. And these are the basic things. In fact, we talked about it. I don't know whether, Shreya, you remember or not. Delhi election was fought based on this.
Correct.
I think the Congress and Congress supporters who need to understand that Karnataka and particularly Bangalore is absolutely unfit for living.
Correct.
Now, you tell us it will take 3 years. You tell us it will take 2 years. Because BJP government also was there. S.R. Bommai's son was also chief minister. Yediyurappa was also chief minister.
Correct.
And the apathy has been continuing. It is, and somebody like Siddaramaiah, who had already been a chief minister for 5 years, your expectation from him would be pretty high. In fact, I can tell you, because I visit Bangalore pretty often. In fact, Bangalore's best infrastructure time came during the tenure of H.D. Kumaraswamy, when BJP supported from outside.
Okay.
In fact, JP Nagar and all those areas, roads were laid.
But JVC, since you're a cephalogist, you also know that Bangalore overwhelmingly voted for the BJP. How many MPs of the BJP? How many MPs of the BJP in Bangalore, you tell me?
That's what I'm saying. I would also.
So when Santosh Lad says, Mr. JVC, when Santosh Lad says, what has the union government done to clean up Bangalore civic issues, given how many MPs of the BJP there are in the city, they have a point then.
No, Shreya. I think you need to understand, you should not be confused.
No.
Civic infrastructure, 1 minute please. Civic infrastructure is the responsibility of the state government.
Correct.
Yes, the MPs have a responsibility. You have Tejasvi as an MP, you have Shobha herself as a minister, you have PC Mohan. All these people must be raising issues. In fact, that is very important. They must raise issues, but you can't hold them accountable because that is not the MP's job. That is the job of the state government.
Sivanna, 20 seconds for you to respond. Why are you dragging the BJP in here? Is there a BJP complex you have, or a Modi complex that you drag BJP and Modi into every conversation? This is a conversation that Bangalore citizens are having with their government. How can Narendra Modi clean up the civic mess that Bangalore is?
I'm not going to lower my dignity and play the blame game politics here. Each party, each political party is responsible for the condition that Bangalore is in. We have acknowledged that. But it is humorous for someone to say that the members of parliament and the members of legislative assembly are absolutely not accountable. They have their fair share of accountability that they must work out. And one reason, let me tell you, that this is the position today because we don't have a municipal corporation. And do you know why that reason is? Because the BJP, with the greed of winning elections, they conducted an illegal and an arbitrary exercise of delimitation and reservation, which I challenged in court. And the court, reprimanded the BJP. And now, today we are in a place where we're inducting Greater Bangalore Authority. We're splitting Bangalore city into 5 corporations, producing more officers, and we're ensuring that the work is done at a rampant and fast pace.
You have been saying this for the last 2.5 years. Now, the Congress government has been saying this for the last 2.5 years. There are multi-crore plans that are presented to us every week. Only you don't see any progress on the ground, because of which frustrated citizens like Kiran Mazumdar will come out and rant. It is their absolute right. And who loses out in the end? If that investor who was with Kiran Mazumdar who made all those comments, has seen the state of Bangalore's infrastructure, then he, like Google, will also say, okay, Tata, bye-bye. We will go to Andhra Pradesh. And then you will have a problem with that as well. Anyhow, we'll leave it there for the moment. Thank you very much, Sivanna, for joining us. Good to have you on the show. Professor Divya, thank you very much. JVC, good to have you on the show. And Mr. Guru Murthy, thank you very much. All of you have a very happy Diwali. For the moment, ladies and gentlemen, a break. There's more on the other side.